What's up everybody, Jack here from Half Chrome, and today I'm talking about the DJI Neo 2, and it is a fantastic drone, and certainly an upgrade over the original. But this video isn't about how great this drone is. If you're thinking about buying it, I want you to know about some of the things that are maybe some shortcomings, some things that I'm not a big fan of, and I did some research, some other people aren't either. So today's video, 10 things that I don't like about the Neo 2 that could be improved or should be improved. Maybe that's a Neo 3. Let's get after it. Now my first issue is that it's more expensive, and not just that it's more expensive, but it's a lot more expensive. On the surface, it's $260. That's $60 more than the original, or roughly $60 more. And then when you start to add the packages together, it gets even more expensive. It's $350 for a Fly More combo. It's $430 if you want a remote, and it's $700 if you want to fly this thing with the goggles altogether. It gets expensive quickly, especially for a beginner drone. Not a big fan. It's also not very easy to get, and sometimes those prices aren't available on Amazon. They go up. This little guy got expensive really quick. One of the things I liked about my original Neo is that I could fly it with a lot of different remotes that I already had for my DJI drones. But you can't. You cannot, out of the box, with the Neo 2. If you want to fly this guy with any of those remotes that it's compatible with, then you have to buy an additional module. And you can't just buy the additional module on Amazon. You got to buy one of those packages, or you have to go through a third-party seller, and they're expensive. It's supposed to be like a $20 add-on, but right now in the US, it's like $80, $90 to get it shipped to your door. That's a lot to fly a toy drone like this with a remote. This guy could do it. Why did they have to build an external module? That was dumb. My third issue is something that I don't understand why DJI isn't doing this. It doesn't have remote ID. Now, I know a lot of people don't want it to have remote ID, but why is it not an option? Why can't I toggle it on and off? Because if I could, then this could be the perfect Category 1 drone. It's less than 250 grams. It has propeller guards. I could fly it over people. If it had remote ID, it'd fit all of the criteria necessary. That would be great. Missed the boat. People would buy tons of these things, even with that stupid module that you have to add to the package. They'd be selling out the doors for anybody that was a professional and wanted to fly over people. As you search this thing, you will see there is no SD card. That was a big gripe I had on the original. This one, sure, they added a little bit more storage. It's got, I think, 49 gigabytes of storage, but why can't I put an SD card on here? It makes transferring things to my computer a whole lot easier. Plus, I'm not capped at 49 gigabytes. That was disappointing. Now this one, I actually read people were complaining about it. I thought, oh, that's silly, but it kind of isn't, right? This battery, you really kind of have to squeeze and pull it. Now, sure, I don't want my battery to come off, so I guess that's kind of a good thing, but yeah, it's not the easiest to remove. It's easy to put on, but not easy to take off. Probably could have had a better design. So the camera here is much improved, but I can't access all of the camera features that I want because I don't have that functionality. Unless I buy a transmission module and do it on my phone, why can't I do that in the app? That seems like something that should be so easy to do that just isn't. Okay, so DJI claims 19 minutes of flight time with this thing. Not a chance. Not even getting close, especially if you have these extra prop guards on it, or if you're flying at any kind of wind, you're maybe getting 12 minutes. There isn't a chance you're gonna get 19 minutes of flight on this guy. Now, to be honest, this thing is awesome. And my last few gripes are kind of picky, but I'm gonna tell them to you anyway. One, it doesn't do great in the wind. It is supposed to be level 5 wind resistant, and just this design kind of makes it a kite. It's super lightweight. I know you're not supposed to fly this thing in the wind, but it says it's level 5 wind resistance, and that is, what is that? That is 24 miles an hour? No, not a chance. Do not fly this in winds like that. If you do, you're probably asking for a crash. I do love that they put obstacle avoidance on this. You can see we got cameras in the back, top and bottom, and up here We got LiDAR. LiDAR is great. Front and rear, fantastic. And I want to say that most crashes happen when you're flying backwards. They put the LiDAR on the front, which, whatever, that's fine. Or the side, and there's no side obstacle avoidance. Now, they do say that it's omni, but it's really kind of limited omnidirectional, and you're not going to see branches. Obstacle avoidance is not something you can rely on, so don't rely on it or you're going to crash your drone. It's good, but it's not on par with something like Skydio. I mean, their technology is only, what, like 5-6 years old? DJI still has not caught up to that. My last gripe is back on the module. Without the module, they say 500 meters of range, not a chance. 100 meters, 150 meters, maybe. But yeah, if you want better range, you're gonna have to connect this thing to a module, and they're gonna have to connect that module to a remote control. Now again, this thing is a fantastic drone and 100% an upgrade over the original Neo. But that's not what this video was all about. This was telling you the things that, you know, aren't quite perfect about this thing. Am I asking a lot? Yes. But if people aren't asking, how are we gonna get better? Anyway, I hope this was helpful. Thanks for watching. Good luck, everyone.